Hello, welcome to the good news. I am Dr. Cheryl Wade. We have entered a new era in history amidst unrelenting tension and chaos that is escalating exponentially. It is now patently obvious there is a great separation in the consciousness of humanity, wherein two overlapping realities are being played out simultaneously. On the one hand, there is the consciousness of separation where misogyny, xenophobia, and intolerance are the reality of a construct based on alternative facts. On the other hand, there is an enlightening expansion of consciousness crying for a new paradigm based in love and inclusion. In my last video, I ended with the assertion that the earth is now engulfed in a tidal wave of energy, forcing a timeline shift to a new reality and a new human. This energy is demanding that we each undergo a massive evolution in consciousness. We know that evolution is upon us because in the midst of chaos, we feel and recognize the call to freedom. It is in our bones, in the air that we breathe, and in the events developing worldwide. Evolution does not occur in a linear fashion, but in quantum leaps. An electron orbiting the nucleus of an atom gains enough photonic light energy to make a sudden jump to a higher dimensional frequency. This is where we are now. We can ride the wave and jump to a new reality, or resist and decay and die. The construct under which we are living is destroying our planet and our humanity. Now we design a new paradigm based in the frequencies of love, bliss, and desire, where we do what we will and harm none. We actualize the freedom to birth this new paradigm by claiming and embracing our individual autonomous sovereignty. We are the creators of our reality, both individually and collectively. There is no savior who will intervene to destroy the sinners and save the righteous. Indeed, it is the righteous who are hell-bent on pillaging this planet and keeping humanity in bondage. How do I know that we are creator gods in our own right? Well, let's return to the narrative of the fallen goddess Sophia and her creation, humanity. The setting is the black hole at the center of the Milky Way. This is the womb from which all life in this galaxy emerged. Swirling around this black hole is the pleroma, a vortex of luminosity where aeons, divine currents of living intelligence, play in the higher octaves of life. It is here that two distinct aeonic currents, Sophia and Thelete, come together once again in the sacred dance of bliss. In their dance, Sophia conceived of a creature that excited her to ecstasy by the possibilities that had never before been imagined. She conveyed her vision to her consort, Thelete, and together they designed the template for the genome of the Anthropos, aka humanity. We are indeed special and unique among created beings. We were endowed with the capacity with the ability of self-awareness and imagination, and the capacity to play and pretend so that we might be creator gods in our own right, taking our consciousness to limits where no other created beings have gone before. So, how did this plan go awry? Well, the genome for the Anthropos was seeded in the star nursery of the Orion Nebula, where it was left to develop on its own as a divine experiment of the company of aeons to see how this new being would develop on its own in a state of free will. Sophia, however, was so focused on observing the experiment that she fell out of the pleroma towards the star nursery. In desperation, she grasped into herself the template for the genome of the Anthropos. As she fell, Her living light collided with the inert material swirling and orbiting the outer edges of the galaxy. And so inadvertently, she created a swarm of inorganic entities, the archons. Sophia finally came to rest at the outer edge of the third limb of this spiral galaxy, and there her luminosity condensed to become the material body, planet Earth. And she fell into a deep sleep during which the anthropos embedded within her developed and evolved into humanity. Meanwhile, the leader of the archons, Yaldabaoth, developed an intense jealousy and hatred for humanity. He devised a scheme to destroy the earth and her progeny. He plotted to ensnare our consciousness with the lie that he is the almighty creator of all that is and of humanity. To this end, he chose a man, Abram, to be the vector of his wrath upon humanity. And so began the enslavement of our consciousness by a religious doctrine based in falsehood and deception that has continued to this day. But that construct is now disintegrating. Intense waves of energy emanating from the galactic core have awakened our divine mother, Gaia Sophia. She is now directing the evolution of consciousness to birth a new human and a new earth. And so it goes. Join me next time as we continue to explore the new earth. Until then, namaste.